Hello, Planeswalkers. Tyler here with another Monday video. Again, before we go back into playing Arena weekly, as Andrew and I have been doing for the last several months, we're going to be looking at more spoiler cards, but this time not for M21. The entirety of M21 has been spoiled. It all looks super, super spicy. I'm super, super excited. But we're going to look at Jumpstart. This side product that, to be honest, I didn't even know about until about a week and a half ago. And I guess the whole point of Jumpstart is that they're 20 card packs. Each pack is a theme. And you're supposed to take 2 packs, mash them together, shuffle up, play against a friend. Seems pretty cool. And it's predominantly reprints, I believe. I guess technically from planes downward. These are all reprints, which we will go over. But first, I figured we could take a look through here, look at some of the new cards, look at some of the things being reprinted, see what would be cool for Commander. Starting us off, right off the bat, we've got unicorns, which Emiel the Blessed. I've been waiting for a non-silver bordered legendary unicorn forever. I'm happy that real quick, let's look at what Emiel does, because this thing is super, super sweet. 2 white for a 4/4, 4 mana 4/4. Okay, legendary creature unicorn. 3, exile another target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. 3 mana to flicker something. That's pretty sweet. That's just better than Rune, isn't it? Rune of the Hidden Realms? Because he has to tap himself to do it. This, so long as you can pay for it. When another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay a Selesnya. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. This is going in Shalai. If it's a unicorn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it instead. That's super cool. I don't know how many unicorns there are. Let's look real quick. Let's look real quick. What do we have on Gatherer? Are these all just ones that have unicorn in the name? No, Aracorn. Okay. So we've got a total of 21 creatures. And it can't run this one because blue. Benevolent Unicorn, Capuchin Unicorn, Captivating Unicorn, Good Fortune Unicorn, Inspire Unicorn, Lonesome, Loyal, Majestic Aracorn, Mesa, Noble Quarry, Opaline, Pearl, Prized, Regal. You can even run Zebra. So yeah, no, this seems super cool. I love tribal builds, and I can't wait to, unicorns. Unicorns are now on the short list for Tribal Talk. We've also got with them Brightmare, 2 white, creature unicorn. When it enters the battlefield, tap up to 1 target creature, gain life equal to that creature's power. Oh my god, flicker it with this thing, it comes back with a counter, gain life. Oh my god, these two were made for each other. And Blessed Sanctuary, 3 white enchantment, prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to you and creatures you control. I'm on board. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 white unicorn creature token. I love it. I am on board. Next up, we've got some doggos. We're gonna kind of do this in an L shape. We've got Who Let the Dogs Out. Release the dogs. 3 white sorcery. Create 4 1/1 white dog creature tokens. That's just pay 4 mana. Make 4 good boys. He's my favorite. This little guy right here. Can we just get a there he is. There's my boy. Can we Can we go deeper? Can we? There he is. There's my boy. There's my son. I love him. He's the best. Let's zoom back out. Reset. Trusty Retriever, 3 and a white for a 2/3 dog. Okay, I love that they made dog a thing. When it enters the battlefield, either put a +1/+1 counter on it, or return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. This would actually be really cool with Emil. Flicker this, just get all of your artifacts back and enchantments. Supply Runners, 4 and a white, creature dog, when it's a 2/2, so 5 mana 2/2. Oh, when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. It looks like Shalai is going to be playing with dogs. Stonehaven Pilgrim, 1 and a white for a 2/2, so we got a bear. For a core cleric, whenever Stonehaven Pilgrim attacks, if you control an artifact or enchantment. Okay, so with artifacts and enchantments, it attacks as a 3/3 lifelink. That's pretty neat. Birdman, 3 white for 3/3 Steel Plume Marshal. 3/3 flyer. I would hope he had flying. He's a bird. When he attacks, other attacking creatures you control with flying get +2/+2. Okay, so there's going to be a bird pack. Moving into blue, we've got Archaeomender. I know Archaeomancer, but here's Archaeomender. 2 and a blue for a 2/3 human wizard. When he enters the battlefield, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. He's the dog, but cheaper and can do a little less. He's a bad good boy. Bruvok, the Grandiloquent. I'm not stupid, I promise. Legendary creature, human advisor, 1/4, 2 and a blue. When if an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill twice that many cards instead to mill. So I'm thinking that any card that says putting an amount of cards from the top of your... Like, I want to see something real quick on Gatherer with Swallower of Fleets. I want to see something real quick. And we're... Oh, Fleet Swallower. Okay, I'm stupid. So, he says... Target player puts the top half of their library rounded up into their graveyard. I wonder if that's going to be errated. Like, if they have to go errata to specify what is milling. That'd be interesting. I've seen a lot of people breaking him on Twitter already. Corsair Captain, 2 and a blue for a 2/2 pirate. When it enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Neat. Other pirates you control get +1/+1. Just a good pirate lord. It's just a good pirate lord, but it's at rare. And I'm building a commander deck that is all commons. So, and it's pirate themed. And I can't have him. Forever seeing the toys I cannot have. Ineaz, the Gale Force. Oh, this is the weird dude. Okay. 3 blue for a 4/4 legendary Djinn. Let's go. Flying for 2 and an Azorius. So 2 and then either a white or a blue. Attacking creatures with flying get +1/+1 until end of turn. Whenever 3 or more creatures you control with flying attack, each player gains control of a non-land permanent of your choice, controlled by the player to their right. So everyone gets to look to their right. So he's made for commander. Like, that is... He's made. Like, obviously, Jumpstart's a 1v1 format. He is made for commander. But you get to look at who's to your right and be like, I want that. And then everyone rotates. That's pretty neat. This guy, Ormos Archive Keeper. When I first saw him, I had the big dumb and thought that his abilities were pointless. So, 4 blue for a 5/5 legendary Sphinx. Flying. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, instead put 5 +1/+1 counters on Ormos Archive Keeper. And for 1 blue, discard 3 cards with different names, draw 5 cards. I never actually saw that last ability. I had stopped reading before this middle one. But yeah, when I first saw him, it didn't dawn on me that that's a replacement effect. So I thought it was okay. So you go to draw from an empty library. He gets 5+1/+1 counters, and then you lose. That's great. That's and then I realized, oh no, with him out, you cannot deck out. He just gets bigger. Scholar of the Lost Trove. So I'm going through each of these new cards. Once we get to the reprints, I'm not going to go through every single card. Otherwise, we will be here for way too long. Scholar of the Lost Trove, 5 blue for a 5/5 Sphinx. I think it's cool seeing more Sphinxes. I've toyed around with the idea of doing Sphinx Tribal, but they just don't appeal to me. Like, I don't know what it is about blue-white, but I mean, they are my two least favorite colors, and if you combine two things I don't like, chances are you're not going to get a thing I like. Also, just, I don't like that they look like people. Like, I like the Sphinxes that are animalistic. Like, the one from Ixalan that looks like a blue parrot. He's a good boy, and I love him. And Scholar of the Lost Trove, so he's a 7-mana 5/5 flyer. When he enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant, sorcery, or artifact card from your grave without paying its mana cost. If an instant or sorcery spell, I actually overlooked the fact that he says artifact the first time I saw him. I thought it was just instant or sorcery, which I thought already was pretty cool. Moving on to Black, who only has 4 cards, but they have the best. They have the tiny boy, but we'll get to him. Kells, Fight Fixer. 2 black for a legendary creature, Azra Warlock. That's just rad. Which I think, real quick, because Rakdos, Gruul, Dimir, Azorius, and Selesnya. So we got 5 legendaries that care about the dual colors, which is really neat. But Kells, Fight Fixer, 2 black for a 4/3 with Menace. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, you may pay a Dimir. If you do, draw a card, and for 1 and sacrifice a creature, Kells becomes indestructible until end of turn. So basically, for 2 mana and sacrificing a creature, you can draw a card and make your 4/3 Menace also indestructible. She might have a home in my Infect deck, which is Dimir, which is weird. Nocturnal Feeder. Ooh, Vampire Rogue. 2 and a black for a 2/1 flyer. Okay, so 3 mana, 2/1 flyer. I mean, I'm a fan of Vampire Nighthawk, and Vampire Nighthawk you are not. When he dies, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. I repeat, Vampire Nighthawk you are not. Vampire Knight not. I'm sorry. We have the tiny boy. Tiny Bones, Trinket Thief. 1 and a black for a 1/2 skeleton rogue. I love him. He's so cute. Look at how tiny he is. He is so little. He is taking the trinkets. I love him. I would die for this skeleton. I would kill you for this skeleton. You specifically. Yes, you, Jared. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent discarded a card this turn, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. 4 black. Each opponent with no cards in hand loses 10 life. Jesus. Andrew has a Croxa deck that I need to keep Tiny Bones far, far away from. Which of the Moors has too many hands? 3 black for a 4/4 human warlock with Death Touch, because you know what the 4/4 needed? Death Touch. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature and you return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. I like her. I like her a lot. I have some decks I think she could fit in. My Mono Black Zombies deck, I think she'd be best friends. Moving on to red, we have Chained Brute. Just a casual 2 mana 4/3. Doesn't untap during your untap step, and for 1 and sack another creature, untap him, activate this ability only during your turn. Give him vigilance, and he's just gonna swing. I keep thinking this is another arm, but it's a tiny devil. But I get it. He works with the devil archetype of when you sacrifice the devil, they ping something. So you pay 1, you sack a devil, he untaps, you ping something. It's good. It's what devils do. I like them. There's a legendary devil right here. Immolating Gyre, Euro. 4 red for a sorcery. Immolating Euro deals 6 damage to each creature and planeswalker you don't control, or X's the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Andrew, I need you to stay away from this card. Locust God does not need more toys. Lightning Phoenix. Oh, that's right. There's a lightning themed deck. So we've got Lightning Phoenix, Lightning Visionary, Living Lightning. I'm pretty sure Lightning Bolt, like Rift Lightning. It's great. Lightning Phoenix, 2 and a red for a 2/2 Phoenix with flying and haste. Can't block. And at the beginning of your end step, if an opponent was dealt 3 or more damage this turn, you may pay a red. And if you do, return Lightning Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. You know, they're going to eventually run out of ways to bring back Phoenixes. But so far, I don't think they've repeated anything. Lightning Visionary, 1 and a red for 2/1 Minotaur with prowess. He's a Minotaur Shaman with prowess. Let's go. Living Lightning, 3 and a red for a 3/2 Elemental Shaman. When he dies, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. When he dies, you can go grab the non-living Lightning Bolt. Muxus, Goblin Grandee. Let's go. Let's go. Goblin Noble. Let's go. 4 red for a 4/4 legendary Goblin Noble. When he enters the battlefield, reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Put all goblin creature cards with a converted mana cost of 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Because he can't grab anything bigger than him. He's 6 mana. He can only grab CMC 5 or less. He has to be the top dog. I get it. That's cool. Given that most goblins are between 1 and 3 mana, it's fine. The rest of the bottom of your library random order. Whenever he attacks, he gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other goblin you control. So yeah. I would have liked to see a keyword on here, but, let's go. Let's say you drop him, you get 6 goblins. Swing is a 10/10. Sethran, Erloon General. We've got a 3 red, 4/4 legendary Minotaur Warrior. Nice. When it or another non-token Minotaur enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/3 red Minotaur. So, okay, cool. So all of our Minotaurs now come with tokens. It's the buddy system. Everyone bring a friend. 2 and a Rakdos. Minotaurs you control get +1/+0 and gain menace and haste until end of turn. Let's go. I like him. I keep going back and forth again on if I want to build Minotaurs, kind of like how I go back and forth on Sphinxes, but Minotaurs I think I might actually build at some point. I like the bull people. Spiteful Prankster, 2 and a red, 3/2 Devil. As long as it's your turn, he has first strike, and when he dies, he does the devil thing where he pings target player or planeswalker. Oh, he doesn't actually hit creatures. That's weird. It looks like Red Skull. Zurzoff, Chaos Rider. 2 and a red for a 2/3 legendary devil. That's Satan. Satan's the only legendary devil. Don't at me. Whenever an opponent draws their first card each turn, if it's not their turn, you create a 1/1 red devil creature token that does the ping thing. When 1 or more devils you control attack 1 or more players, you and those players each draw a card, then discard a card at random. Oh! I never actually stopped and read what he did. So you attack with him whenever 1 or more devils. He is a devil, so you attack with him. You and everyone at the table draws a card. And then you discard something at random. And because each of your opponents drew a card, and it wasn't their turn, he makes 3 devils. I'm, again, looking at the 4-player commander. That's really neat. So attack 1 or more players. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's neat. Mono red devils? Maybe? We'll look at it. Devils on the short list for Tribal Talk, which is slowly becoming a not short list. Allosaurus Shepherd. Single green mana for a 1/1 elf shaman. Okay. I'm used to my 1 mana 1/1 elves. What does he bring us? He cannot be countered. You cannot stop my 1/1. Green spells you control can't be countered. Okay. Green gets to play. You get to say nothing about it. 4 green until end of turn. Each elf creature you control has base power, toughness 5/5, and becomes a dinosaur. In addition to, you get to make elf dinosaurs. Let's roll. Turn all your elves into 5/5 dinosaurs. I love it. Branching Evolution. 2 and a green for an enchantment. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, twice that many +1/+1 counters are put on that creature instead. So if you combine this with, shout out to this 2-headed snake, and this bird with 2 heads, and this cat with 2 tails, and this thing with 2 antlers, and bunny who I think has 2 sets of ears. If you combine this with Parallel Lives, I think you just DIY'd yourself a doubling season. Because I think Parallel Lives does tokens, and then this does counters, but doubling season does both. No, I've got... That's going in Roalesque. Like, that's super going in Roalesque. Nayeth of the Dire Hunt. Another one who I haven't actually read what they do. Let's learn together. 2 green for a 3/3 human warrior. Okay, legendary. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control fight or becomes blocked, or become blocked, draw a card. Okay. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 and a gruel. If you do, double target creature's power until end of turn. That creature must be blocked this combat if able. Oof. That's really weird that it works with fight, but hey, you know, I get it. That's cool. I like it. Towering Titan. Whew, it is late. Towering Titan. 4 green for a giant. A 0/0. Give me that 6 mana 0/0. Enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the total toughness of other... Jesus Christ. Sacrifice a creature with Defender. All creatures gain trample until end of turn. Hey, Arcades Sabbath. Arcades the Strategist. I found you a new toy. Lightning Core Excavator I hate and don't even want to bother talking about, so we're not going to. The Thriving Lands. The Thriving Lands are super rad. Bluff, Grove, Heath, Isle Moor. They all enter tapped. When they all enter, choose a color other than their primary color. Bluff is red. Grove is green. Heath is white. Isle is blue. Moor is black. And then tap to add their primary color or the chosen color. So they're kind of build your own guild gates depending on what you need at the time, which I think is super cool. I like that these are at common. I think these are going to be really fun budget options for commander players that are, you know, maybe can't afford chalk lands or anything other than those like gain lands or pain lands or whatever. Just I think these are going to be a really cool budget option. Real quick, let's go over like these artworks, like these specific pack specific artworks are amazing. Soldiers, I don't know what this one's supposed to be. Feathers, unicorns. This is we've seen Nyx from the surface of Theros, so now we can see Theros from Nyx. This is really neat. I think it's a shield or an egg made of metal. Bird, doggo, just a good doggo boy. Undersea Island. That's a neat island. I like the Cup Island. I like it. The fountain, that's really cool. The Millstone Island, that's rad. Spirits, the Ixalan, floating pirate ships. Book Island, let's roll. Here we go. Now we're in my home plane. The swamps. These are neat. This discard swamp, super cool. Reanimation. Rogue. There it is. Phyrexian Swamp. I love it. I need 100 of these. The Witch Swamp is really cool. These are all just so rad. Dragon, Devil, Eruption. This isn't a mountain. These are goblins. I love it. This is really neat. A mountain range made out of lightning bolts. The Minotaur Maze. These forests are just gorgeous. This one's my favorite because that thing's about to be eaten by Venus flytraps. We got new Terramorphic Expanse art. Shivam, you did it. Look at it. It's so pretty. And now we're in the reprints. Let's... Johnny's Chosen. That's a cool one. Angelic Arbiter, I'm super happy about. The Dead Kids. Let's go. Freaking Cathar's Crusade. Like, God, Commander players are going to get access to so many cool cards. Duelist Heritage, Cradle Vitality is really cool. Isamaru, Hound of Konda, now with the dog creature type. And the cool legendary border. Love him. Linvala. That's it. And Micaeus. Like, these two are awesome white reprints. Freaking Path to Exile. Let's go. Hey, Sarah Angel. Under blue, what do we have under blue? Curiosity is a really cool reprint. Kira, Great Glass Spinner's really neat. I hate that this thing is a rare. The Mystic Archaeologist, 1 in a blue, 2/1 for 3 blue, draw 2 cards. I hate it. Peel from Reality is really neat. Hey, Rattly Boy. Let's go, Rattle Chains. Read the Runes. X and a blue, instant. Draw X cards for each card drawn this way. Discard a card unless you sack a permanent. Jesus Christ. So, Ristic Study, it's awesome that it's reprinted. I wish it had not gone with the Therese Nielsen art. That is where I fall in that argument of Magic distancing itself from Therese Nielsen as well as Noah Bradley. Moving on. Those are cool. Talrand is really neat. Although I don't think he was ever expensive. I like Waterknot. I don't know why. But 1 blue, aura, enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. I like it. It's clean. I like what it does. Here we are where I never realized Wizard's Retort. Agonizing Siphon. Don't care. Parter in Blood with the cool Sorin art. Black Hat, Black Market, let's go. Blood Artist, let's go. What else? Drana. I think this is the... I don't ever think Drana was super expensive, but I think this is the more expensive Drana. And speaking of expensive vampires, freaking Exquisite Blood. This card's like $30 or something right now. And Ghoul Color Gisa. Okay, we're on board. I'm here. I'm here for this. Harvester of Souls, I just like on principle. Languish is awesome. Leona's Reaver is really cool. Ogre Slumlord's pretty neat. I'm happy with Phyrexian Reclamation. Our good friend Chupacabra is here. Reanimate, Rise of the Dark Realms, Scourge of Neltoth, who I also don't think was super expensive. Shieldred. Jesus. Okay, red. Ball Lightning, Ashmouth Hound, now with Elemental Dog. Oh, God, these are so rad. Chain Lightning, Charmbreaker Devils. Oh, God. Where's Itali, who I think it's reprinted the most, alongside Galta, who I also think it's reprinted in this set. Hey, FTK. What's up, buddy? Goblin Chieftain. Goblin Lore. Hashtag Give Us Morpo. Grim Lavamancer. Hell Rider, Cranko, Lightning Bolt, there it is. Oh, God, these are such rad reprints. Especially for someone like me who likes strictly Sin Prodder. I have a deck that needs him. Oh, God. Okay, green. What do we have in green? We have, hey, Ash Form. Form the Ash, gentlemen. That's really neat. Bruh. Bruh, why the Crater Hoof, though? Dude, Crater Hoof. Let's go. Oh, my God. That card's like $40. I spent so much money on the one copy that I have. Galta, I called it right there. Galta's back. Lurking Predators, I'm super happy to see. I just did a deck tech that included it. Although that deck tech's not coming out till next month. But Lurking Predators, I need a copy of. Oracle of Moldiah. I know people have been asking for reprints for a long time. Primeval Bounty is awesome. It was also in the same deck tech that Lurking Predators was in. Primordial Sage, Rampaging Brontodon, who I think was only as a promo in some weird off product. Hey, Rishkar. Broken Selvalas here. Jesus, Thragtusk. Oh, give me all the green beef. Ulvenwald Hydra. Multicolored cards. Augur Spree is really neat. Okay, there's not that much. Maelstrom Archangel is really awesome. Full Wooburg for a 5/5 flyer. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may cast a spell from your hand without paying its mana. Oof. I might need to get some copies of her just for like the handful of 5-color decks that I have. What do we have for artifacts? Dreamstone Hedron is really neat. Guardian Idol is super cool for Herald's Horn. As someone that does tribal builds constantly, I'm awesome with. I love the Herald's Horn. Scroll of Avacyn, but no Scroll of Gristlebrand. That's blatant demon erasure, and I will not stand for it. Unstable Obelisk. Phyrexian Tower, let's go. I have a gold bordered one that I use since I don't really play competitively. But God, this is rad. Riptide Laboratory. I don't play Wizards, but that's cool. Yeah, no, Andrew and I are both super excited over this set. We actually ordered a box that we're gonna split, and you know, maybe we'll do some live action pack opening stuff and playing videos. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over Jumpstart today and just kind of gush over all these really cool cards. Unicorns are now on the list with Devils for Tribal Talk. I might actually look into building Minotaurs around Sethrun. The Thriving Lands, yeah, no, these are just all super rad. But I think that is where we're going to call it. I need to get this set up because it's going up tomorrow morning. I'm filming this on Sunday night. As you can see here, this goes up on... Actually, I don't actually know if this pops up, but this is going up Monday the 22nd. Anyway, if you liked my rambling over a bunch of digital pictures that are going to be printed onto pieces of cardboard, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You know, shoot us a like. Leave us a comment. What piece of cardboard are you most excited for? I'm happy with the good boys, including my son here. Yeah. Shoot us a sub. Leave us a like. Leave us a comment. And be sure to hit that little bell so that you never miss an upload.